This is Detective Rust Hardigan. I've been investigating the events surrounding a man known only by the alias Lima 1 Juliet. I'm creating this record to share my findings and document the state of the investigation, which has gone cold. 2 months ago, a call came in alerting authorities to an active shooting at the site of a refiner state known to most as the Tower. Under normal conditions, the Tower is its own entity. They do their thing, and we do ours. We know what's going on in there, but we leave them alone. We don't have the manpower to even think about interfering. They harvest, refine, and sell their toxins, conduct their dust trade, and we look the other way. But on this day, a band of Tower operatives known as cleaners opened fire on civilians in the street, and we still don't know why. That's when Lima 1 Juliet responded in force. First, he attacked a group of claws from the Tower transporting dust into the city. Then, he and an associate known as Rex raided a stash house in search of something. That something was a device containing an AI entity known as the Midnight Protocol. The Midnight Protocol's origins are unknown, but Lima 1 Juliet was granted access to the Tower by it, his variant status confirmed. This brought down the Tower in force. If things weren't bad enough already, Lima 1 Juliet and Rex provoked a high-level crime lord of the Tower known as Red Right Hand. Red Right Hand had a reputation of being cold, calculating, and brutal. He sent assassins, claws, and even a few variants after them. Word was out. There was a bounty on their heads, but it didn't matter. Lima 1 Juliet and Rex cut through them like a sickle through a field. While details are foggy, it appears that Lima 1 Juliet and Rex eventually split up. Some believe that Rex was killed by Red Right Hand and his forces, but his body has never been found. Lima 1 Juliet reacted as one would imagine. Things escalated even further. I just want to be clear here, the department is split on what transpired, though Lima 1 Juliet and Rex seem to respond to the outburst in violence from the Tower. We exactly endorse vigilantes. You can't just run around and kill bad guys because you know they're bad. I know the world has gone to hell since the climate wars, but we still need law and order, goddammit. But maybe it takes a beast to tame a beast. With that said, we're undermanned, underpowered, and we were taking heavy losses from the cleaners. But these two, they were a force of nature that bought us time to regroup. They were doing things that we just couldn't. They weren't following the book. They weren't obeying the law. They were just killing their enemies, plain and simple. Some call them murderers. Others worship them like some kind of heroes or symbol, standing up to the unsurmountable odds, fighting fire with fire. Their story has become urban legend around the city, like it or not. Sometimes I think about what we might have learned had we stopped Lima 1 Juliet and brought him in that night. Did he know more about what the cleaners were up to? Why did he respond with such ferocity? Speculation won't help, but no one expected what happened next. See, most people who are wanted dead by the Tower and are actively being sought by the police would just flee the city. Run. But not Lima 1 Juliet. No, he attacked the Tower head on. The body count has never been confirmed, given that the Tower doesn't exactly share information with us. But our intelligence suggests that dozens of the Tower's forces were taken out by Lima 1 Juliet, including Red Right Hand himself. It was a full-on rampage, a one-man army. And then, he just disappeared. That was 2 months ago. We don't know if Lima 1 Juliet died in the attack on the Tower, if he escaped, fled or spontaneously combusted, but no one has seen or heard from the man whose identity remains unknown. People have their theories, but here I sit with no proof, no clues, and no idea. Word on the street is the tower is hunting for him. His actions aren't going to be forgotten or forgiven. They want to make an example out of him if he's still out there somewhere. He can't just attack the tower. Now, we don't know where to look, but we certainly don't want to get caught up in the crossfire. I've been doing this a long time. I'm a detective. I work on facts. But my gut tells me that Lima 1 Juliet is still alive. I think he's still out there, planning his next move. The question is when, where, why? Can he be trusted? What's his plan? What's his end game? These are questions that have no answers. But what I do know is that if Lima 1 Juliet is still alive, out there somewhere, planning his next move, what comes next, I know that when that day comes, hell is coming with him.